Excuse me. Give me a minute, guys. We'll be starting in about 1 minute, 2 minutes. Give me 1 minute here. Almost ready, guys. Give me 1 second. Just getting set up here. I think the title of this stream is From Big Daddy Kane to Little Baby. We've come a long way here, like the Benjamin Button of rap. From a Big Daddy Kane to Little Baby here. And that's going to be the name of this stream here. Big Daddy Kane to Little Baby. And I was watching CLR Bruce Rivers. That shit was kind of funny listening to him talk about this shit, and I guess it makes sense. Makes sense. We probably get in right there. What it say? Let me see if I can start it off with the Little Baby from a big.
Little Baby went into rival King territory to film. I mean, and that's a diss, right? And what do you think that's going to create? Pop, 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 pop. Brrrah.
Bruce Rivers, he's the crib. And that's Bruce Rivers there. We're going to play a little bit of Bruce Rivers. He's talking about Little Baby. He says Little Baby maybe.
I'm not going to say that I disagree with that necessarily. But you're the direct beneficiary there, aren't you? So anyway, so you kind of get a flavor of where he's at. So he's collaborated with almost every artist that matters. Gone platinum many times, and he solidified himself as a leading figure in contemporary rap. Now here's the thing. So you got all this success, right? Remember what we talked about with the stuff going on in LA? You know, the people, the check-ins, the people who are controlling shit. Well, you're still kind of controlled by the streets to a certain extent. So he started his own label called Four Pockets Full, 4PF. And it's been a symbol in the music industry and a focal point in its ongoing legal investigation. So you create an organization. If you do shit to support that organization that's criminal, you can really subject yourself to RICO. And so you can see here, this is his bling. And look at this. So you look at this one. This shit can't be cheap. But here's the thing. It's expensive to buy.
Listen to what he's about to say here.
But you can't sell it. So if all of a sudden you tried to sell this stuff, you wouldn't be able to. So if you look at some of his lyrics, shout out to the whole Oakland City man. You know what I'm saying? The whole 4PF. You know what I'm saying? I put this up. Yeah. 4PF, it looked like we hit licks. How we sell bricks. We don't sell shit. We just make hits. What does that mean? We hit licks? Oh, yeah, robbing somebody. Let's kind of look at another one of his Southside hits. And this is where this kind of stuff can end up in fucking, is it art or is it self-snitching? Remember what I said about self-snitching? So I just got some stupid dome from this hoe on the Southside. Dome, like that. Long live Trump. No, Trump. Long live Troop, my OG man, my fella from the Southside. Shout out DZ and them lokes who crippin' on the South Side. I get bags in for the low and send them to the South Side. Yeah, I'm selling coke for real. I put the D in dope for real. St. Laurent on my coat for real. That Draco. I'm with Derez Clayco. So you know what Draco is. Draco's a gun. This kind of stuff, if they can corroborate it with something else, comes into evidence in a criminal trial. I sell coke for real. I put the D in dope for real. Why the fuck would you do that? Because it sells, right? It's hard. It's like the diss tracks. Like Bibby and all that stuff. Oh, these guys drive me crazy. If I'm the defense lawyer, what do you argue? That this is art. This is not In 2024, Lil Baby announced that his record label was transitioning to a new label called Glass Window Entertainment. Why do you think that is? Right when he gets a hint that he's under the RICO investigation. In his podcast episode, A Safe Place Podcast, he stated, because all that shit's going to be going on, and I had to start learning that as far as other people's assets, I could be held accountable. In other words, guilt by association. I know all the first that you know what I'm saying. Never would you have to rent that route, but I ain't know. Because all the shit that's been going on, I had to start learning that as far as other people's assets, I could be held accountable. I ain't know all the facts at first. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, never would have went that route, but I ain't know. I ain't.
I mean, this almost sounds so ridiculous. Listen to this man talking Ebonics. The Little Baby, the rapper. He's quoting Little Baby here. It shows you how ridiculous it sounds. And again, it's like the Benjamin Buttoning of rap. From Big Daddy to Little Baby.
No, or I did not know, or I was unaware of the facts at that time. Here's the thing, Lil Baby, you don't have to know all the facts. You don't have to even know all your co-conspirators. Do you realize that? That is what happens in a RICO case or in a conspiracy case. Conspiracy is an agreement between two or more people with to commit a crime and an act in furtherance of that crime. In a RICO, they have overt acts in support of the organization, criminal acts. So if you have somebody under your employ and they do something illegal, you don't know about it,
this video is stalling.
But it furthers your organization and you continue to associate with them, guess what? In for a penny, in for a fucking pound. The thing that I don't get is this office in Fulton County folded on Young Thug. Why are they doing this again? I mean, I'm sure they're going to pluck 40 or so men off the street, right? So in 2022, Lil Baby found himself defending a now defunct imprint after the high-profile RICO case with YSL, Young Thug and Gunna. So to be clear, honestly, he's not been charged with anything, okay? Nothing. But the reports suggest that Georgia authorities are prepared to indict on RICO against Lil Baby and everybody that's in his wake. And let's just talk about what kind of stuff that they have on him. At approximately 12:34 a.m. on July 2nd, Atlanta police responded to reports of gunfire at Sparks Apartments on Spark Street in Southwest in Atlanta. Upon arrival, officers discovered 3 juvenile males had been shot. 13-year-old Lamont Freeman was pronounced dead at the scene, while 13-year-old Cody Davis succumbed to his injuries after being transported to Eggleton Hospital's 11-year-old Dontavius Davis survived with a gunshot wound to his foot. So you got 2 young men, children, not even men yet. I'm so fucking sick of watching these people do this. All I can do is this channel, right? And I do it in my practice too. I had one young guy, and I was trying to coach him a little bit. He had an attempted murder case, he had this case, and he had a child on the way. And I just started talking to him, telling him he's better than this. And I started talking to him like a father. And you know what he told me? He said, nobody ever talked to me that way. Nobody ever said I had promise. I didn't think I could do this or that. And now he's in fucking college. We got him out of the attempted murder case. I keep in contact with him. And he's parenting his child. He had a baby. And he's turning a leaf. Where are the people to teach these young men?
And he's asking the question here, very interesting question. He said, where are the people to teach these young men? It's not his responsibility. It's not his child. But it's just very interesting to hear from CLR Rivers. This is a YouTube channel. He's a criminal attorney. I think he does a lot of RICO cases. And so that may be his interest in discussing this young thug, little baby. Sorry, young thug, little baby. The names all kind of run together. But he goes on. Take a listen.
I shouldn't be fucking dying because of guns. If you have a 16-year-old, make sure that 16-year-old doesn't have a fucking gun. If you're an auntie, if you're a grandma, you're a sister, you see anybody in your family, it's a young male that has a gun and like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, take
and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been.
Lil Baby and his music video are also named in arrest warrants for the shooting deaths of 13-year-old Lamont Freeman and Jacody Davis. Police call them innocent victims. The shooting happened last summer at the Oakland City West End Apartments on Peoples Street. Police describe this as gang violence escalated by that Lil Baby music video shoot. Investigators say members of the Goodfellas gang orchestrated that attack from jail.
So that is real consequences. What if I just went to O Block and I just started blasting, the wrong group? Lil Baby, you should know better, honestly. And I think we've talked about Jacksonville. We've talked about New York. We've talked about Chicago and, the GDs and whatever. We've talked about Young Thug and King Von and all these. It's happening everywhere. If you're a young man growing up, you ain't got nothing going on. Find somebody to attach your fucking wagon to.
And this is CLR Rivers giving advice to the young black man.
It doesn't even have to be an older man. Somebody that's going to college. Go to a fucking college. If you're 16, do this. Just try this. And if you do it, tell me that you did it. Go to a campus. Go to a college campus. Find a young black guy that's carrying a bunch of books. Talk to him. Get some inspiration. And I don't mean to just say this is just a black thing, because it sounds like I'm, pigeonholing whatever. I'm talking about Lil Baby. I'm talking about these neighborhoods. I'm talking about the people that are dying. If you're a young African-American male who's got promise, which every one of you does, go find somebody, or go find a black welder, for Christ's sake, somebody that's going to work every day. It doesn't have to be college, but college is just easier. Plus, there's nice chicks on a college campus, too.
And so here is, again, Bruce Rivers. His son has just died recently. And so he's trying to explain to these young black males, hey, you need to go talk to someone, right? Instead of crashing out like this, find someone to talk to. Doesn't matter who it is, just talk to them. And he suggested they go up on a college campus. And, maybe if that works for you, whatever. But you got to go talk to someone and figure this out. You can't just consider saying, "Whoa, it's me. Give me 1 second. Let me get my camera right." It's always a problem with the cameras and shit with OBS. Give me 1 second here, guys. It should have been already ready, but there's always something here. I was gonna do some street interviews yesterday, so I kind of packed up a couple things and now we're right. Now we're right here. Yeah, so this is Bruce Rivers here, and he's giving the young man some guidance. Hey, man, just go do something. Go on a college campus somewhere, something.
Talk to him. Get some inspiration. And I don't mean to just say this is just a black thing, because it sounds like I'm, pigeonholing whatever. I'm talking about little baby. I'm talking about these neighborhoods. I'm talking about the people that are dying. If you're a young African-American male who's got promise, which every one of you does, go find somebody, or go find a black welder, for Christ's sake, somebody that's going to work every day. It doesn't have to be college, but college is just easier. And plus, there's nice chicks on a college campus, too. But find somebody that looks like you, that's carrying books, that you can identify with, that can inspire you, and get a plan and start to build right the fuck now. So you're not wrapped up in jail or even just shitty jobs. Poverty is what creates a lot of this crime. But if you just have the right mindset, you can get around the barriers that are right in front of you. Plenty of people have done it. And it's hard to see sometimes, but you can do it. They're shooting really bad as it took place during a birthday celebration. So they recovered extensive communications from both 4PF and OMF affiliates. And those are two rival gangs. So this includes a phone call where OMF affiliates are discussing plans to retaliate against 4PF. That's a problem. So let's just listen in.
What's up, huh? Oh, what's going on? Man, like, come on, bro. You know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them got tickets on a lot of these folks. I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unc, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unc.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head?
And that's more or less the gist of what I want you to hear from CLR Rivers there. I saw this tweet come out. Yo, this is a crazy tweet right here, and I hope it plays. It's a little
get into an argument in their house. And Devin goes outside, allegedly to calm down. But while he's in the process of calming down, he throws cinder onto her vehicle. Well, that makes her mad. Did I mention to you that when Devin went outside, he took his 16-month-old
Damn, it's a little glitchy here. Give me 1 second.
son. Well, actually, they're
What the fuck, yo?
16-month-old son outside. Well, when the cinder block went onto the car, it made it even madder. So she got into the car.
Oh, what the fuck? Come on.
And Devin goes outside, allegedly to calm down. But while he's in the process of calming down, he throws a cinder block onto her vehicle. Well, that makes her mad. Did I mention to you that when Devin went outside, he took his 16-month-old son, well, actually, their 16-month-old son, outside. Well, when the cinder block went onto the car, it made Aaliyah even madder. So she got into the car, and she lunged forward in the car like she was going to run over him. Now, he's holding the 16-month-old baby. Well, she said, I guess he didn't get out of the way, so she lunged again and ran over Devin and her 16-month-old baby. Did you hear what it said? She ran over her boyfriend and their baby. Like bump, 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 run over them, okay? Then she runs the car into a neighbor's house, which is supposed to be some kind of relative. She leaves with the baby she's injured. Devin is on his way to the hospital, calls her and says, "You've got to take the baby to the hospital." She said, "No, I'm going to leave him at the house." So she drives back to the house and puts the child in the house by himself. And then she takes off again. Devin goes back to the house, picks the baby up, and they both go to the hospital. Listen to me. The baby is in critical condition this morning in the hospital in Tampa. And after she runs over her baby, after she leaves with him, she brings him back to the house and leaves him alone and him in critical condition at 16 months old. And then she takes off again. So obviously, we're not impressed with her conduct. She's clearly violated all kinds of laws of the state of Florida. So we tracked her down in Orlando at her sister's. Our colleagues from the Orange County Sheriff's Office helped us by.
And I seen that video. That's an amazing video there. Yo, damn, ran the man and the baby over. The little baby. Ran the little baby over there. Very interesting story, a sad story there. Just truly family breakdown of epic proportions there. Here's another article. Someone sent me this. Someone out of Atlanta sent me this. And yo, this shit is crazy right here. Let me see if I get it playing. There's always a lag and shit like that.
Says right before she was killed on
Fulton County teacher has been murdered, leaving her students and family heartbroken. 25-year-old Kaylin Jackson was shot at DeKalb County over the weekend.
Tonight we're learning more about the suspect police have arrested. The victim's family is speaking only with News Edge reporter Rob DiRienzo.
25-year-old Kaylin Jackson was a teacher at Hamilton Holmes Elementary School in East Point. Her murder has left her mother in shock right now.
I can't go to sleep. I can't go to sleep because if I go to sleep, it's going to be too real. You know, it's going to be too real.
Police in DeKalb County have arrested 24-year-old Janae Colbert. They say she shot and killed Jackson in their home on Derwin Brown Drive Saturday night.
You took something that held us together.
Jackson's family says she and Colbert were in a relationship. Colbert's been charged with malice murder.
We took her in our home.
Oof.
We made her family.
They were that damn thing look ghoulish. Ooh. Ooh, you take that in your home, boy. You deserve everything you get.
Malice murder.
We took her in our home. We made her family.
They were fine. Just minutes before it happened.
Michelle Jackson, Kaylin's mom, says right before she was killed on Saturday, she just planned a big celebration of life for her grandmother.
I really appreciate everybody coming out, man. In my phone, I was typing a message to her. The first part of it to tell her words cannot express how proud I was of what you did. I didn't get a chance to visit before I got that phone call from my son.
That call was when she learned about what happened to Kaylin. Jackson says her daughter's profession, working in special education and as a cheerleading coach, was her life's passion.
My baby wanted to help kids, especially kids that needed extra guidance.
Her smile was just...
She wanted to help the babies.
It was infectious.
As Jackson's mother prepares to lay...
That's a big backside on that woman there. Jesus, Louise. That's a big backside. Big back. That's a big backside.
her daughter to rest, she's still trying to process all of this.
I know I need to sleep. I know I need to rest. But I can't do it right now.
And school administrators sent messages home to parents informing them of Jackson's death. They're now offering counseling and grieving students.
I'd be damned. family. That lesbian violence. Man, this shit is inexplicable here. Little babies and lesbians. No one can seem to find any semblance of peace here. And I'm just going through a lot of messages that people have sent me. They say, yo, John, can you cover this, man? You got to cover this. This happened in my hometown. This happened in my neck of the woods here. Can you cover this, John? I said, well, sure. We'll get around to it. And so on the screen here is a video. I guess someone sent me this. It's always something here.
No, I ain't scared of the motherfucking thing. Y'all gonna give me motherfucking house and I got 2 kids. Put it in writing. So, really quickly. Call the Department of Mental Health if you think I'm crazy. Call whoever.
I'm gonna ask to see what my space looks like.
No, you ain't got no space. I was the first one here. If you ain't got space for me, you ain't got space for nobody. You ain't got space for nobody. You full of shit. Embezzlement. Fraud. You fraud. You fraud ass.
That bitch probably down there committing food stamp fraud. Oh man, she calling the workers fraudsters, and it's very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Fraud. Fraud. It ain't no space for nobody. If I ain't got no space, ain't nobody got no motherfucking space.
It is. It is. It's way too much funding.
You got me fucked up. Nah, it ain't shit to talk about. Baby, get the motherfucking babies out of here. I've been here. Fuck out of here, nigga. Don't say shit to me. Don't say shit to me. I don't give a fuck. Then get your baby out of here.
We talked about this yesterday when they say, I don't give a fuck, don't say shit to me. It's time to give it up. Time to start talking to these motherfuckers, right? You know, hey, I told you they don't give a fuck. Once they tell you they don't give a fuck, you gotta give it up. You know, look, all right, you win. You know what I'm saying? Conversation over, I got you. You know, when they start going, I don't give a fuck. Like, the conversation is now over. You want to do something else, we can do that. But we're not having a conversation anymore. And so that's what she just told her. We covered this yesterday, and then you get to see it again in live action. It's better for me to show it to you than tell it to you. So this is very interesting here, very interesting. Let me check the chat, make sure my volume is up good. Yeah, poverty creates crime. You know that. Poverty creates crime.
Don't start no shit with me.
Right.
Don't start no shit with me.
Yeah. Girl.
Get your baby.
Man, you listen, shit. I panicked the other day, fucking around, couldn't find my passport. I lost my somebody stole my wallet, I lost my ID, and I'm like, man, I am not going down to one of these fucking government agencies. They get no fucking ID deal with this shit right here. Can you fucking imagine, man? Like, I ain't got time for this shit. Fucking amazing here. You know, again, I get so many of these videos. People say, John, cover this one, and I'm just cleaning out my closet. As they say, cleaning out my closet here. Just more bad behavior here.
Leave the store. You don't own nothing. Don't come back. You own. I'm talking to him. You're not a problem. So if you got a problem, you are not a problem. Talking to him.
Okay.
So if you got a problem,
keep your hands out of my face.
What you gonna do about it?
I will call the police.
Well, get my motherfucking money. Get my money, man.
Money, and then get out of my
store.
Get
my money, man. You don't own shit. You don't own nothing, man. You a fucking $8 hour worker.
Yeah, putting down an honest working man is very interesting. To put down an honest working man. Man making whatever he's making, he ain't robbing nobody, he ain't killing anyone. And here you are putting him down. Hell, he's serving you the food. Without him working for $8, how would you get your food? Right? You'd have to go home and cook at that point. It's just interesting, just the attitude that these people have toward $8 hour workers when many of their people, their own relatives, friends and family are down at the bottom. Probably could deserve one. Probably need one of these $8 hour jobs and not deserving. And you just look at how the other workers, you see the white guy in the back just looking like, what the fuck, man? Like, yo, if I'm just an $8 worker, why the fuck you tripping out on me? Like, why you punching down on me, bro? Leave me the fuck alone.
You don't own shit.
Leave the store.
You don't own nothing.
Don't come back.
You don't own nothing.
Do not come back.
He can't ask him to leave. Like Carmelo Anthony, he can't ask him to leave. You own shit. This ain't your store. Who the fuck you asking to leave? Asking me to leave. Anyway.
Location.
You don't own nothing, man.
Don't come back to this
Shut the
location.
fuck up.
Police will come next
Shut
time
the
you are
fuck
here.
up. Shut the fuck up and suck a dick. Shut the fuck up and suck a dick.
Don't come back.
Shut the fuck up and suck a dick. I'm talking to him. You're not a problem. So if you got a problem,
Suck a dick. That's what he told him. You know, again, like, you know, you can always say, well, you know, he shouldn't talk to the worker like that. But again, you know, if you're making $10, $12 an hour, it's best just to not even say anything to the people. Hey, man, you want your money? Here it is. Talk to the manager, whatever. Like, but don't engage. When that man start putting his hands in his face, you know, the guy did the right thing. He didn't, you know, escalate the situation. But I would have just said, you know what, bro? Here's your money. I'm not telling you don't come back to the store or anything like that. That'll piss the blacks off. I'd have just let it go. Fucking no more words. No more words. He's walking out the door. Don't provoke him to come back. They will. They're always looking for a problem here. And so, just a little gentlemanly advice here. One man to the next. How to deal with these blacks. You don't want to end up like Austin Metcalf here. Hey, I saw this. Now I saw this on Twitter. I thought it was funny. The woman with the BBLs here. Take a look. And she can't figure out why.
So yeah, I'm walking in Walmart, and I walk past these kids, and they just start like laughing, like.
Yo, look at the fucking nails on this woman. Jeez, Louise. You ain't laughing at her ass. You're gonna be laughing at the big nails.
Something was funny. I turned around and asked them, "What's funny?" Because kids always laugh when I walk past. Like, what's funny to y'all? Excuse me. No, I'm talking. Come here. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to ask you something. I'm not mad. Come. Oh, where your grandma? I don't want to get you in trouble. So, question. I just want to ask y'all, because I know a lot of kids, you know, they laugh at my butt, but I'm not a kid, so I don't know what would make them laugh. Can you tell me what made you laugh? I just want to know from a kid's because I'm not a kid. I just don't, but a lot of kids do that. I don't know what'd be funny about it.
Oh, it's just like, it's like big for your size.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense. That makes sense. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Take care of yourself, okay? Thank you, baby. Thank you. That helped me out a lot.
She couldn't figure it out beforehand. It's the self-awareness here. It's just truly amazing. Like, lady, your ass is huge. And you don't know why fucking people are laughing at you. It should be self-explanatory, but, you know, some things that people have a hard time figuring out on their own. You know what's interesting about, I saw this case here. Let's see if I can pull it up. And it was about bullying in a school. And I have it here. I'll pull it up. And so a young boy was being bullied, and he committed the ultimate act. He committed suicide there. And here's a young man, boy 11, kills himself after months of bullying and embarrassment from his own teacher, who called him stupid. And you can see the little boy here. Likely the parents thought so many black kids grew up neglected, abused, and not knowing how to read, taught properly as black culture, to not use proper English, and reading is seen as gay. So they just don't do it to bother to teach. Sad situation. Boy never had a chance. On and on it goes. 11-year-old boy. What is this video here? What this evil? I don't know what this is about. This is like a third world prisoner. Someone said post his grades. It was the parents' fault, obviously, and then try to blame Whitey to cash in. I bet the teacher was black too. Someone says that's interesting. Why no picture of the teacher? That's true. If the teacher was bullying him, why no picture of her? I brought this case up because immediately after the Austin Metcalf stabbing, the black people went to bullying as the reason for why Metcalf was stabbed by Carmelo. And I didn't believe it. initially at the time, a black boy getting bullied by a white boy, and both of them on the football team, probably not. Seems unlikely. But here's a little 11-year-old boy who was being bullied. And I do think that bullying is a thing that really is in the black community, and or much more prevalent in the black community, I should say. You bullied on how you look, your clothes, your grades, your dress, stuff like that. And if you're smart, this kid may have been, halfway smarty-arty, that, he would have been bullied because of that as well. But never would have imagined that a kid would get bullied by his teacher. So that's very, very interesting there. That, some of these teachers clearly aren't very good teachers here. And so you're taking it, we really believe in these schools, but they don't seem to be much of a believer in us. And let's see if I have this story up. And I looked up the school. The school was primarily, it was maybe 30% white. I think the rest of it was Hispanic, maybe 10% black. And then the test scores kind of following along that pattern there. I have the test scores up here. I'll let you take a look. Here's the school that he was going to here. It was rated 2 out of 10. Let me pull it up on the screen. It's rated 2 out of 10 here. Let me pull it up in 1 second. The screen's a little slow. There it is. Here it is. All right, so he's rated a 2 out of 10, or the school is rated 2 out of 10. Student progress rating, not very good. Not very good school. English 35%, math 40%, state average. They're well below the state average and all this. So again, you have to ask yourself, you're getting bullied to go to school where they're not even teaching you anything. What fucking sense is that? Seriously, what fucking sense does that make? What did you gain from all that bullying? Clearly you were not learning anything, and you end up taking your own life for it. As a percentage of students, to break down, majority white, 36%, 34% Hispanic, and the black guys represent, a part of the 22% of the black population. And so, again, these schools, as I mentioned earlier, these schools are going to be quite the battleground there. Quite the battleground. Oh, this site can't be reached. Let's see if this article comes up. But here's the young boy again, bullied by his teacher, no less. Basically, she was calling him stupid. And he decided to take his own life there. So it's very interesting. How much did the schools really do for him if he was willing to take his own life? Very, very sad. Very, very sad there. Here's something else interesting. Someone sent this to me. Kind of more along the same lines here. We've been hitting these topics a lot the last couple of days. But it's always in the news, and people are always very interested in these things being talked about. Let's see if I have this school up. Oh, here it is. Here's a tweet here. This is a fire department paramedic in Kansas City. Taking a bit for the page to load. And so she was killed in an ambulance recently. You can see that here. Fire department paramedic killed in an ambulance by Shanetta Bozell. We'll Google her, Shanetta Bozell there. And as you can see here, Shanetta Bozell killed the paramedic while being helped by the paramedic in the actual ambulance. That is really amazing. Shanetta Bozell. Let me look this lady's name up. Shanetta Bozell. Shanetta Bozell. Yeah. Anyway, so this lady here, Shanetta Bozell, killed a fire paramedic, and just last week she had bit a cop and was released anyway. She got right back to work being a criminal and killed a paramedic. And it's like, these people are making it even hard to respond to them in tragedy type situation. Here's the judge that released her, let her out on $10,000 bond after she bit a police officer there, Shanetta Bozell. And this didn't need to happen. There are probably some news reports on it to see if we can find anything here. And this is coming out of Kansas City.
To that breaking news tonight, the Kansas City Fire Department is mourning the loss of one of their own. 29-year-old Graham Hoffman died hours after KCFD leaders say stabbed by a patient who he was helping. He had been with KCFD for about 3 years. It happened at around 1 this morning near North Oak Trafficway and Highway 152. KMBC 9's Darissa White is live tonight after hearing from officials. Darissa.
Yeah, well, we just saw that procession go by here. What we know so far is that around 1 a.m. a firefighter paramedic Graham Hoffman was critically injured while transporting a patient to St. Luke's Hospital. Now, during that transport, police say the patient stabbed firefighter Hoffman, leaving him with life-threatening injuries. His partner immediately called for help. Hoffman was rushed to North Kansas City Hospital, where, despite efforts, he did die from his injuries. Now, the mayor and battalion chief Michael Hopkins spoke about Graham before the procession. They're transporting his body to the medical examiner's office in KCK. Now, firefighter Hoffman was with the department for, he was 29 years old and had been with the department since 20.
It was a joy for them. They looked up to him. They appreciated the things that he was doing. The same words kept getting said over and over: leader, on and off the job, compassionate, how much he loved the fire department, how much he loved serving the community. I heard his father and his brother both say today that he loved this job. He loved doing this work.
Now, for that suspect, we do know that she is a female.
Oh, whatever. We showed you the female there.
She is being held in police custody. Get more details as they come. Reporting in North
Miami there. Anyway, it's a very interesting article here. Situation there. A lady killed a male paramedic that was there to help her. It's very, very interesting. We were just talking yesterday about cities charging landlords now for paramedic and fire service, well, at least police service, and here they are stabbing the paramedics there. It really makes it difficult to deal with people that will stab you when they come out to help you there. And yesterday I was going to do a story on the Redskins. They hired a lesbian running backs coach, if you can believe that. I think her name is Jennifer King. Let me see if I can pull her up here. Jennifer King. And we have a lesbian mayor here. Mira Bowser is kind of a lesbian mayor, and so the Redskins have kind of gone all woke in pursuit of a stadium, and they finally got the stadium. So they brought in a bunch of black people. Black quarterback Magic Johnson kind of is a spokesman, and I think he's the part owner. And here is the Redskins' new running back coach here. All in the name of getting the stadium here. And there she is. Let's take a look at some pictures of her. The Redskins' new running back coach there, Jennifer King. No relation to Martin Luther King. And this is a lesbian running back coach. The NFL is going all woke here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this shit. Let me see if I can find some interesting pictures of her. What? Is she tackling somebody? What the fuck is this? The Redskins and their new offensive line or running backs coach there. It's very interesting. They hired a lesbian, and I guess it worked because they did get the stadium approved just yesterday. I think it was announced. Anyway, the woke football gets a little more woke here. Here's an interesting article. Someone sent me this from Twitter, and it's about the schools again. This probably be the last article I show you. An Indiana school had the interesting thought to have segregation here, segregated a party, and it didn't go the way that we normally would consider these things to go. It was segregated for Hispanics only. And here's the article here. Let's see if I may have another article. Let me see if I can pull this up. But an Indiana school had a segregated event for Hispanics only. I think the name of the event was the Three Kings or something to that effect. The Three Kings, I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. The Three Kings. And it's a Mexican celebration. I'd never heard of this before. Three Kings. Is it Three Kings holiday? Anyone know if that's the Three Kings holiday? Is that what it is? Three Kings? Three Kings holiday? Three Kings? Yeah, what is it? Three Kings holiday video. Three Kings holiday. Look over here. Indiana Middle School hosted racially exclusive party for students. New complaint alleges, and again, usually this goes in favor of the blacks here. Sixth grade teacher Tippecanoe Valley Middle School in Akron, Indiana, held a party with only Hispanic students while forcing others to sit in a hallway, a study hall. The school restricted non-Hispanic students from entering the privileges of this participating in celebrating Dia de los Reyes Magos, or Three Kings Day, during school hours. Despite this claim that the school loves and embraces cultural traditions, the complaint was filed by the Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty there. Anyway, the school separated the children by race and let those of the right race in the room of celebration, while the others remained outside. It's a clear violation of, I guess it's Title VI here. I'm not sure if there's video of it. There may be video here. But anyway, so it's very interesting. A Three Kings party. Three Kings party in a school, Indiana. Let's see if there's any reporting on this. The schools will be the battlegrounds, if I've always said here. I don't see anything here being reported in the news. Let's see. News. Yeah, I spelled holiday wrong. I see that. Nothing in the news. Very interesting. Daily Caller is covered something that seemingly is not reported here. Anyway, very interesting. A Three Kings celebration here at a school. The Latinos are exerting their power there. Here's the complaint. You can see it here. See if there's anything interesting in the complaint. On January 6th, a sixth grade teacher removed from class all of the Hispanic students and held a racially exclusive party. Non-Hispanic students were not invited to the party and were forced to sit in the study hall. On January 24th, about a week later, the school posted about the party on Facebook saying, Mrs. Poe loves celebrating special moments with our sixth grade students, and over the holiday season, they explored the cherished tradition of Rosca de Reyes. The students were thrilled to honor their culture in the classroom. It was tough to keep the excitement and noise level down. Watching them celebrate with pride, representing their families and traditions, was an absolute joy. We love embracing cultural traditions there. And there you have it there at Indiana School there. Not only did they have a segregated event, but they posted about it. It was very interesting indeed. The balkanization of the public schools is now in full swing here. Guys, I'd like to thank you for joining. Make sure you support the stream. I'll be up on Streamlabs a little bit later, and then I promised you some street interviews yesterday. We're going to do an interesting spin on street interviews today. We're going to do it in the same place, I think. Maybe another place. I'm not sure. I haven't decided just yet. I did find another place, like a outside, like a beer tavern that has outside seating, and they have wired. They have outlets there, so that would work as well. And what else? Oh, we also have some film coming from the bar where Rosgirl and I did the live stream. It's called Nomad, and so one of my tenants works there, and he has access to all the cameras. So all the dirt that goes down on 8th Street, Northeast DC, it'll be privy to us. So we'll share some of that going forward with you. But again, guys, thank you for joining the stream. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you support the channel. And I think Stanley Cross is still streaming, so make sure you check out Stanley, the Cantankerous Cross there. Thanks again for joining.